needs some WD-40.
This is Travis with Our Lively Tribe Trailer Renovations, and I just completed our first client done trailer. I'm pretty excited to show you guys. I just can't wait to get it to Suzy and Rick, and I hope they love it as much as I do. So let's go. Here it is, and like I said, this is a trailer that's owned by someone. So I kind of was able to do things that they had wanted me to do to it, and then I was able to add my own things to it also. Like most trailers, or probably all trailers, it was a vertical bed coming out as well. So they liked that we had turned the bed in our other trailers, so they asked if I could do that in theirs. So I was able to turn it, and I kept it fairly low. It fits a full queen. So I just turned it. I replaced the closet that was already here. So I rebuilt that, configured it. This will be like kind of a side table for a bed, like used as a side table. We had them in our last trailer and they were great. So I put one of those in here for them. They had asked for a step stool, so I put a step in here and I put a drawer so they'll be able to hide a few shoes in there. Not a ton, but enough to keep them out of the way. I put cabinets like I tend to for a ton of extra space. So their last bed, all it did was lift up, so they essentially still have the same amount of space, it's just kind of used differently. And then I added these two drawers, and they are not full-time living, but they hope to, once they retire, they hope to spend a lot of time in this trailer. So I did it with the same mindset of designing it to be fully functioning for living in it all the time. So I tried to add more drawers and more spaces. They have two full walls with, I think they had taken their door off, but it would have had a sliding door here. So I took out those walls, I rebuilt it, and I made it a little stronger because I knew I was going to be mounting the TV to the wall. So I added more studs into it than it previously had. And with this side, it's just the two of them, and their own kids have trailers, so they're not going to be staying with them. So they asked if I could lower the wall and place it like this. So they wanted to be able to set like I think they set a heater on here, like a space heater, and I took the plug that was in the wall and the wiring that's still hanging down from here, I just hid behind this wood and then brought it down. So looks good, and you know, they're still able to use the power. So I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. This was their idea, so I wasn't sure what it was going to do, but I really like it. And like Erin, when she came in here, she pointed out that now one of them can be hanging out on the bed, the other one on the couch, and they're still able to communicate, see each other, talk. So it kind of opens it up for more living space than what it was offered before. So that's a pretty cool feature. You're able to lay in here and read and still be able to, you know, communicate. So let's move on to this little coffee nook bar. There was one previously here. What they had really wanted was a place for their litter box. So I designed this so that they're able to put their litter box in here. Here's a door for the cat so it can get in and out. And I added what would be like a junk drawer, because everyone needs a junk drawer. So yeah, so I'm pretty stoked on how that one turned out. Well, their TV wasn't mounted. Their TV was sitting on top of this before. So I mounted their TV for them, hid the wiring. So now we'll move on to the kitchen. So the kitchen, what they really wanted was the painting. That was what they were really excited about. They wanted the white paint to open up the trailer, and they wanted to use two different colors, which we had never done before. So I was able to use like a dark gray, which is what they had requested, and then the white paint. So I took out the countertop and replaced it with the maple plywood that I did in our last trailer. And they wanted a deeper stain on it, so I went ahead and stained it and sealed it for them. I left a little more, so they have a little bit longer than what it was. Replaced the sink with a stainless steel sink. We love these sinks. We've had 2 of them now. We use the same one in both. And it's just a perfect, durable, looks good sink. So yeah, so we replaced that, replaced the faucet. And these are nice because they'll come out. So you have, more room, more options. I added the backsplash. Suzy really wanted backsplash in here. So I went ahead and added backsplash around the oven area. And I'm really like how it turned out. I wasn't sure, we hadn't really used it. I think Aaron put in some, but I had never done backsplash, but it was super easy to use. I used an adhesive spray to make sure that it would stay on there. So it turned out really cool. So hopefully they're stoked on it too. Now on to the table. The tables are always my favorite pieces to build in these things. So I used this like a 1-inch cedar for the top, and I went ahead and stained it the same colors that I had done the top. But I used the cedar, and then coming up with different ideas for the legs for the table is always fun. So I built 3 of these so far, and I've done all of them differently. So I hope to continue with all the trailers I build to be able to do each table custom, a little different than the next one, and that's just a challenge I'm going to give myself. so I'm super stoked on how this one turned out. And I went ahead and rebuilt the bench also. I went ahead and put a really nice drawer in it that comes out pretty dang far, so that's going to be a ton of storage for them. I went ahead and replaced the whole trim with just I think pine, and then stained it. But I always love replacing it with the wood. I think it just makes it feel so much more homey. I went ahead and built valances, and they turned out really cool, and we decided to paint them gray to kind of offset the white. And I used the pull down shades. But I like those. They're completely hidden, and they're affordable, and they're easy to use. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited with how this all turned out. In the bathroom, what I mainly did, I painted it, and I replaced the countertop and the faucet. Those were the only things they really wanted changed as far as the bathroom goes. So that's what I did. One of the coolest things, or our favorite things we like adding to trailers we do, is going and getting cool looking knobs. So we replaced all their knobs with custom ones. So now I can talk about the flooring. So I used a vinyl peel and stick. I used it in the last trailer we did, and I really liked the ability to replace it super easily. That was a huge selling point. So I decided to use the same peel and stick. Super easy to use. I totally would recommend it if you're thinking of replacing your flooring. And it's affordable. So there you go. So that's it. Thanks for checking out the trailer. This one was pretty important to me. It was the first one that we've done since we decided to start a business flipping trailers. So I'm pretty excited and proud of it, and excited to be done. So if you're interested in getting a trailer flipped, feel free to reach out.
Oh, wow! Look how big! Look at the picture!
Wow.
Wow. Look how much room. Look at this. Wow. Wow. This is great.
It turned out cool, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You just had a great idea.
Like the little
Oh, wow.
you did the poles on it.